You can write in the chat. Also, I would love to know your opinion about the whale lineup. How are they going to do this? Probably Nightstuck is going to rotate a lot and a huge amount of the burst. With is checking any kind of smokes if there will be possible attempts of killing the courier. Dragon Knight realizes that he really needs to deal with the tri-lane. They are changing their lanes. Weaver is still going to be mid lane. It feels like Omni Knight is going to stand against the trio of an Elite Wolves. And here comes a huge delegation to the Buck's high ground. He realizes that he needs to get out. We already saw him. So both teams are getting 2 runes. And instant switch of the lanes from the side of an Elite Wolves. Juggernaut is already top lane and Puck is instantly moving bottom. Ursa is staying mid right now. Nightstalker found the Crystal Maiden. Fortunately, she picked a wrong path to turn, and now they know that the rotation, that the swap of the lane already happened. Tanking is standing in the mid lane right now. They will rotate to the top through the river. Ursa is feeling just fine right now. Nightstalker is bullying out the Sankey. Sankey got a Boros stroke. He can get out anytime. That's what is he doing right now. Juggernaut got a Pullman shield, so he is not suffering that much, but Shadow Shaman is that kind of a buffed support right now who maybe got too strong of a stats, and 75 right-click damage for support in level 1 is an insane amount, I must admit. Nightstucker found a Sanking, the trading hits. Shadow Shaman coming in. Juggernaut is dropped. His stunned and it's going to be the death of him. There is no way he's getting out. And the tri-lane of the wheels is working out much better. I thought that they will lack damage on their side, but there is more than enough. There is more than enough. Meanwhile, Omni Knight and Puck are pretty much on the same terms. Shadow Shaman is trapped, taking a lot of damage. Crystal Maiden is being trapped by her own creeps in such an unfortunate death of the Masoku. Nightstalker is rotating mid lane. He really needs to bully out the Leo style, though I don't think that you can really do that with the Ursa. Ursa got a Wind Blaze. Now Weaver needs to be really cautious about things. Madoka is returning back to the top lane. There is only a Shadow Shaman here. There is a haste rune on the bottom. Puck can't really do much for the Omni Knight. Omni Knight still got plenty of a region, so he's having quite of a good time. On the mid lane, things are going pretty even, and like, except for the 2 kills for the wheels right now, which happened on the top lane, things are going quite well. Things are going quite well, though it feels like Juggernaut is suffering quite a bit. Probably Sand King will want to rotate to the jungle. I don't believe that they will be able to kill the Weaver. There's also no detection. He got a Smoke of Deceit on him. He got level 2. He got the choice between the Sandstorm and the Caustic Finale. That will change his decision on the play style. He's still keeping the points open. Both of the heroes who are on the top lane right now are too tanky. Shadow Shaman rotated mid lane, and now Ursa is suffering quite a bit. He can't come close or it will end up with his death. He got only 1 Fairy Fire, and I'm afraid that's not enough, even though with not having that much of a stats and like HP and mana right now either. Both teams are really scared about the things which is going on. Things are going quite better, it feels like, on the bottom lane. Meanwhile, on the top, Nightstalker got chased by the Sand King and the Crystal Maiden. He got a boot, he's trying to get out. There is a Boros strike in one. Knight and the level comes just in time, so he is surviving. Ursa and Weaver are contesting for the Arcane Rune, though Weaver, with having a cooldown on the Shikuchi, don't really want to mess with the Ursa. Here comes stun. Another stun. A lot of damage is coming in. There is no possibility, unfortunately, for the Dragon Knight to survive this. He still doesn't have a TP. He is using himself. Unfortunately, that was just a waste itself. He didn't manage to get out, and maybe he lured his Night Stalker into the death. Night Stalker is flying away. Most likely he will have to go to the base. Meanwhile, Ursa is dying to the Weaver and the Shadow Shaman combo. On the bottom lane, things are going quite evil, and that's a lot of it happening on the top lane. Probably both supports from the side of the EWOLVES are a little bit starving out. They don't have enough damage. They don't have, I'm sorry, enough like XP. Both Crystal Maiden and Sand King need to get their levels quite early, especially the Sand King, who desperately needs some kind of an items like a Blink Dagger. Crystal Maiden is already level 3, and Dragon Knight switched to the bottom lane now. He and the Shadow Shaman are going to annoy everything from the Puck, who was chilling casually against the Omni Knight before. Puck is going for the PT and the Blink Dagger. It's not any time soon, yet he's feeling a little bit safer right now. There is still half of the mana on the Omni Knight. He got both mana for the heal. And the Repel. Urs is managing to get away from the free man. Again, he got his enraged pop, but it saved his life. They're contesting for the runes. There will be no rune here. Unfortunately, Crystal Maiden saves up the double damage. They're chasing Stinger. Stinger is getting out. There is no way they're going to get him. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Omni Knight is bullying out the poor Juggernaut. Juggernaut got only the healing ward. He got a cooldown. He got a cooldown on the spin, and that's where he may get issues. There is a two-man rotation. Meanwhile, on the bottom with the Coil and Crystal Maiden, they're managing to take down the Dragon Knight, and he is suffering on any lane. Doesn't matter where he is going. Juggernaut is being really cautious. He knows that they both, Shadow Shaman and the Night Stalker, are missing from the map, so he prefers to safely farm a camp. He pops up the healing ward, and with a decent level of Arcane Aura, he's not having that much of an issues. Meanwhile, Urs is trying to get to the shrine, yet he's managing to turn the things. Night Stalker really need to flee from here. He is scared, yet Ursa will have to use the shrine. Meanwhile, Sand King is farming a little bit. He found or stacked himself a small camp. With the Caustic Finale is going to be a little bit easier. Shadow Shaman is hiding behind the Dragon Knight. Probably they want to kill the Crystal Maiden, who is being alone in here. Bugs comes with the Orb in level 3 and the Silence. Maybe they're baiting on the low HP Juggernaut. No, they are switching the lanes again. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, the Crystal Maiden is going to die here. I don't think, and I don't see any possibility for her to survive. Tanking got no stun for 3. There is the TP. Juggernaut is managing to get some kind of a kill, though he almost lost his life. The raindrops is saving Sand King from a death, and Juggernaut really needs to retreat right now. Soon he will get some mana for the healing ward. That's a little bit too deep. Night Stalker is close, though here comes the daytime, so it's not that dangerous anymore. Now he has to waste his time and go to the base and regen up a little bit. Still, he doesn't have any kind of a TP. It's on a cooldown right now. He is trying to take at least a little bit of a creeps on his way. Well, that's never hurting. Buck is on his halfway to the Blink Dagger. Ursa is going for the bottle. Most likely he's just feeling that he is really lacking some kind of regeneration on himself right now, especially the HP one. There's a two-man smoke on the Sand King and the Buck. Night Stalker may be trapped in here, though. That's a really tanky hero, and there will be needed a lot of damage. No raindrops. Buck is still saving the AWP. Right clicks are enough. They're chasing the Dragon Knight. He's curled. He's still got a Dragon form. Most likely he won't waste it. Here comes the root. A lot of damage. God of Strike. Goodbye Dragon Knight. He's also losing his raindrops. Meanwhile, Weaver is feeling completely fine on the top lane, and Juggernaut is constantly suffering from a lot of the damage. He is forced to constantly buy TPs and move from the lane to lane. Wheeler focused on bullying out the main core. And right now we see the Weaver, who was the mid lane, finally came back to the top, and that's actually a great strategy to use your strongest and the top leveled hero to bully out the carry. And Elite Wolves are not really trying to defend his Juggernaut right now. He got no healing ward. He got a spin, he got a face boots, but I don't think that's enough for him to survive. Here comes the Buck. Buck got no coil. He scared the Dragon Knight and the Weaver away. DK is dealing a little bit of a damage to the tower. Omni Knight with the double damage is bullying out the Sand King and forcing him to back off. Meanwhile, Crystal Maiden is placing wards in the enemy jungle. She makes a TP top, and probably they're hoping for some kind of a kill. There is a Dream Call on the Buck. No possible safe TPs right now. We've still got a lot of the stick charges and the bot also. Most likely he will survive, even they will try to go on him. Probably Buck will try to go for more of an easy kill. For example, the Shadow Shaman, who is getting quite a bit right now. He's trying to... I'm actually wondering what is he going to get, because in this kind of a game you really want to get a first staff as soon as possible, or some kind of a kiting thingy, maybe Glim Escape or the Yule Scepter, which will be pretty good for kiting Ursa, for dealing with the silence, with survivability and mana issues in the same time. Dream Coil. Buck is going down, though Coil is saving him. 2 seconds to the orb. 9 charges on the stick. He's getting away. Almost killed the Shadow Shaman on his way. Sand King tries to make a guess about where the Shadow Shaman is, and Shadow Shaman is getting out safely. Meanwhile, on the top lane, they are trying to kill the Dragon Knight, but as a true Tin Can, he's not really feeling any kind of damage right now and reaching in out pretty fast. So this is more of a tickling for him than the actual burst. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, Ursa is going for the Hand of Midas. Probably he feels like he will really lack an ability to fight and kill people fast, so he's going for some kind of a plan B with the Hand of Midas. If the fight won't work out, he will farm then with the Midas, and it will be a little bit easier. Now they're baiting the Night Sock on the regen rune. He's getting it and instantly losing the regeneration. Here comes the Omni Knight, and now they are ready to turn the fight. Sand King is dying. Buck is silenced, no AWP for 7, he still got 12 stick charges. Dream Coil is going in. He dies to the Void and the Purification from the Omni Knight. No Buck for 20, no Dream Coil. Crystal Maiden rotated mid. Omni Knight is already here, and he's going for the Midas too.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Stuck is finishing his Urn of Shadows. There are 3 men on the mid lane. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Juggernaut is forced to TP away. Probably he tried to kill the Weaver, though he realized that it's not enough. Pulled Crystal Maiden with a low movement speed is dying here and waiting in the tavern and chilling right now, and probably drinking some beer and thinking like it probably should have never happened right now. They found the Sand King. Also, Sand King is silenced. He is stunned. Also, there is an ability to get away, though it's the wrong choice. Probably he would have tried to suicide himself in the neutrals, but he decided to stun as many opponents as possible. Maybe he's making the Compendium challenge with the duration of a stun. Buck is trying to kill the creep wave. He's managing right now, though mid lane tower is not really regenerating, and the back door is not really working for it. Silence Hex, he can't go on the orb, and an unfortunate death for the Bug. Juggernaut tried to assist his teammate with the healing ward, though right now he won't have healing ward himself for 1 minute, and Jungle will be quite of an issue for him right now. Let's take a look at the items. The Shadow Shaman is being quite poor right now, though he's doing a little bit better than the Crystal Maiden. They're also popping the Freeman Smoke. Probably they want to take down the Ursa, or though Ursa is some kind of a hard kill, probably Juggernaut, but as long as they will be able to keep him in the stance, probably they will try to bait on the solo Omni Knight, though EWOLVES should be smart enough that they don't see anyone on the map. Yeah, Juggernaut is forced to have some fun. He's hexed. Fortunately for him, there was not enough of a range from the Shadow Shaman. Here comes the Serpent Wards, and the tower is going to die very fast. It was being pressured down quite hard. Probably they are hoping for a smoke right now. There is a blink on the puck, and it's a really great time to fight. They found Night Stalker found Crystal Maiden and the Juggernaut, yet he doesn't know that Puck and the Sand King are here. There is already an epicenter ready. Probably they need to TP out. Night Stalker is scouting things. He will detect the smoke. He's moving forward, and here comes the ambush. Ursa is going in. He's being bursted down really fast. His team was too far. Where are you going? Poor Ursa. Leo style is dying for nothing, though. Smoke is ended. Two-man Dream Coil. Both of the right clicks. Sand King can't epicenter even. The Crystal Maiden ulti is coming in. He's silenced. Will it go terribly wrong right now? Crystal Maiden is dying. Buck is managing to take down the Shadow Shaman. At least Juggernaut is not ready to go in. He is being chased by the Weaver. He got a spin still. He got a ward and he got 17 stick charges. Yet he got nothing. He's being slowed by the Repel. The Kivianis keep on chasing him. He's getting away. Leo's tail tip it on the tier 2. He got a blink dagger. Meanwhile, the Puck finally died. He got chased down by the Night Stalker and the Dragon Knight. He tried to do as much as he could, but unfortunately things aren't going quite well. There is a haste rune on the top. Crystal Maiden is picking up the haste rune, and this saves her life right here and right now. Things are looking quite grim for the Elite Wolves right now. If we will take a look at the difference in the team net worth, there is already a 6k advantage for the wheel, and I thought that the Elite Wolves are kind of one of the strongest teams in this bracket, but it doesn't seem like this anymore. Either they are feeling a little bit lost, and their wombo combo strategy is not really working out anymore. Juggernaut is trying to get at least his Manta style. Sand King is nowhere close to the Blink Dagger. He got an urn, but it's actually sad when you're building an urn and no kills are happening, so you're just dealing with an empty urn for like next 10-20 minutes. Let's wish our Sand King will get at least 2 challenges anytime soon. Meanwhile, Dragon Knight finished his Omelet, and he's going for the Blink Dagger for some early initiation. Probably we will see the Silver Edge on him also, or some kind of a Shadow Blade. Bowman on the bottom from the side of the Elite Wolves. They really want to take down the tower. I don't think that Wheel got any need in trying to trade for the towers when they can simply take the Roche, and it seems like much more of a win for them to give away this pitiful tower and take the Glorious Aegis. There is also an Invis rune. Papita is already here. Aegis instantly being picked up by a Weaver. Invis on the Dragon Knight, and it may really turn into a kill on someone who was searching for the Papita. Buck realized that there is an Invis Dragon Knight, so he's going away. Juggernaut on the bottom, he's trying to split push. Meanwhile, poor Night Stalker got caught in the crossfire. Without Night Stalker, they don't have that much of an advantage, and the team is being really splitted right now. Here comes the Korea. There's still an Invis Dragon Knight. Finally shows himself. The Shadow Shaman is too far. Here comes the initiation. The Omni Knight is being bursted out immediately. Now things will go awfully well for the Elite Wolves. They finally killed the one hero who was ruining their game completely. Even with the Aegis managing to get out, though Crystal Maiden had to buy back in the game. Now it's time for the Elite Wolves to take the lead. Let's take a look at the net worth. They managed to take a little bit of the advantage back, but it's still not enough. There are too much of an items from the side of the wheel, and the team was not fully there. There were only the 3 members of the wheel trying to take down the tower. Meanwhile, Sanking is pushing away the top lane. Let's take a small look at the items. Shadow Shaman is going for the Rotavators. Actually, that's quite of an interesting thing. Probably they need to deal with either Ursa. I guess the main purpose of this is deal with the Ursa, who won't be able to hit that much. Wave is going for the Lincoln Sphere, and he almost finished. The Dragon Knight is still going for the Blink Dagger, and after the death, he's nowhere close to it. There is only 1.2k away from it. Night Stalker is going for the Fast Aghanim Scepter for the vision advantage, and it's extremely important when you're playing against some wombo combo things like the Puck and Epicenter, who are really, and the Elite Wolves are really relying on the amazing kind of initiations from the Puck, and they're putting high hopes in it. He's going for the U Scepter to give himself a little bit of survivability. Meanwhile here, Weaver managed to get away. Sanking finished his Blink Dagger. Now things may change. They may change. There is a 2-man smoke on the Night Stalker and Shadow Shaman. Probably they're seeking for some kind of an easy kill. They already got the word. Sanking is standing on the high ground. Will it be the death of him? They found the Sanking. He manages to Boros Strike away. Here comes the sentry from the side of a wheel, and the tier 2 on top is falling down easily. They still got the Serpent Walls.
Radiant's bottom tower has a nasty situation.
Weaver is awfully close to his Lincoln Sphere. It will give him a little bit of survivability, and now it's time for some amazing wombo combo combinations from the Elite Wolves. I'm really hoping for this. There is a Blink Dagger on the Sankin and Blink Dagger on the Puck. The Weaver, he still got the Aegis. That's not that kind of a kill you're searching for. They're giving up on it. Sanking. Here comes the stun. Root. Silence, and an amazing execution. Those so many ultis were used for a single Aegis. Was it really worth it? It was timing out really, really soon. Though hopefully the whole Elite Wolves team is being... They were chased, yet they managed to escape. That's really great. Night Stalker is still searching for some kind of a prey. He's on his halfway to the Aghanim Scepter. Even though it seems like Will are having that much of an advantage right now in the game, and they are taking down the towers. There is still a Midas on the Ursa. He's going for the Desolator. Is it a wise choice, Mr. Ursa? He's being silenced. Weaver, Night Stalker. Sanking is being hexed. A lot of the control on him. He can't initiate, he can't do anything. He's being bursted down insanely fast. Meanwhile, Repelled Weaver is going savage. Crystal Maiden won't be able to escape from this. It's going to be a death of her. She's fighting like a man until the end, and it's gonna be also the end of this tower. Creeps are awfully close. They got no Serpent Walls. They used it to separate Ursa from his teammates. Pete is trying to get rid of the creeps. Unfortunately, 2 creeps are surviving. Dragon Knight is tanking the tower. Ursa is full of hopes to do something. Oh, what a beautiful thing! At least they managed to take down the Omni Knight. And now Shadow Shaman is having issues. He is hexing the Puck. There's still an Ursa. I would be afraid of Ursa much more than a Puck. He's trying to juke in the trees. He got found, and double kill, mega kill for the Leo style. Let's take a look. Now the advantage is around 5k, and Elite Wolves are doing this. Here comes the epicenter on the Night Stalker. Night Stalker is simply flying away still. He got no TP, and it will be a lot of times if he will be able to get to the secret shop. He got no vision advantage. He's popping the... But unfortunately, it's going to be the death of him. He did maximum from what he could. Here comes the ulti from a Crystal Maiden. Yet there's too much of a damage from a Weaver. He's full HP again. He got no ulti, and there is no resources for killing him. Though there are resources for killing the Juggernaut. Yet Papita and the Sanking are already here. Stinger is standing in the position. He's scouting out things a little bit. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Dragon Knight finally finished his Blink Tag, and he's going for BKB for even more tankiness in order not to suffer from a lot of stuns and silences. So finally came back. He's level 16 right now, and he's bringing his Desolator in the courier. Someone cancelled it. Probably Crystal Maiden wants her wards. Oh, no, he's tipping back. He really needs to regen out a bit, and soon there will be a Roche. Weaver is also going for the Desolator, and Crystal Maiden should really think about how she's going to survive against this. Probably she needs some kind of a Ghost Scepter or the use or Gleam Escape at least, but she can't even dream about it. She's playing against the Night Stalker, who is stocking out all her wards, plus there is a Weaver, so she needs to spend all her money on such consumables as the Sentry was. She's bringing herself even Smoke of Deceit and even more Sentries. Is pushing out things. He's going for the Yellow Scepter. Let's see how the things are going for the Juggernaut. He finally finished his Manta style, and now he really desperately in need of a Diffusal Blade, and like this things will go much better for the Wheels when they won't have to deal with the Guardian Angel from the Omni Knight. It feels like the Ursa is probably in need of a 1-2, because most likely Juggernaut and Ursa are going to focus different targets, plus it's a good item for Ursa to chase down people. It's a decent slow, and purging off the Guardian Angel is never bad. Plus it's some additional stats for him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Papita finally finished his Yule Scepter. Here comes the TP from the Dragon Knight. There was no threat, yet it's better to play safe than die and feed. That's actually a good logic. And finally here comes the Roche with the cheese. For the Leo style, they're going to take it down really fast. Papita baited a TP from a Dragon Knight and forced the whole wheel team to rotate bottom lane now. There is no issues with taking Roche right now. And now it feels like Wheels should be really, really scared. The advantage is melting away slowly but surely. Probably it's time for some kind of a smoke peek off, but right now they want to go one by one, though Juggernaut is really forced and desperate about getting any kind of fun, so he's always away from his team. So he's quite easy to catch. They hated on the illusion. They showed the Juggernaut what's going to happen to him if he will dare to farm in their jungle. Night Stalker finished the Aghanims, and he's going for the gem, and the life for the Crystal Maiden will be even more sad right now. They're scouting out. They know that there is someone from the wheel here. They're grouping up and they're popping a smoke. There is no way they're going to separate right now. They're searching for some kind of a pick-off, and the Night Stalker is awfully far from his other teammates. He's moving back slowly. Probably is going to be the death of him, and they will catch him midway. Coming in, he got the Aghanims. He sees the Juggernaut and everyone. Now the wheel are ready for the fight. They know that they are being chased down. Here comes the initiation. Comes the initiation on the bug. Papita is dying. He's dying so fast. Will they keep on chasing? Here comes the Manta style pop. Crystal Maiden is managing to TP out, and the lost only puck. Let's see how the things are going. Sting is playing a dangerous game. If there would have been a gem or any kind of a detection on the Night Stalker right now, he would have been dead. Even though Elite Wolves tried to get some kind of an advantage from having an Aegis, it didn't really result into anything good. They only lost Puck, and their last mid lane, our tower is on half of the HP. We've finished his Desolator and the Lincoln Sphere, Night Stalker. Night Stalker is almost having a gem. They got no detection right now, but with the silence and the void, maybe it's going to be the death of the Sand King. He's trying to TP away. There's nothing to cancel the TP, and his HP is enough to survive this murder attempt. He's going for the BKB. There is enough of a lockdown from the side of a wheel, and he really and desperately needs to be able to pop his Epicenter and the Boros Strike. He can't afford being silenced, neither stunned. He can't stay all his life in the Hex and in the Shackles. Crystal Maiden is forced to be a complete position 5. There is no way she's getting any items anytime soon. Probably she should think about picking up something for getting a little bit more tankiness. But I don't think that with this movement speed, it will really help her. Probably they want to get some kind of a Lotus up on one member of their team. I think it may be really game-changing. Depends on how it will go. Night Stalker is in smoke and in gem. Probably they saw the Elite Wolves. They're backing off right now. They don't see anyone on the map. It's really dangerous. Papita is standing too close. You may get initiated on. Here comes initiation from the Dragon Knight and being wiped off immediately. He really needs to think about other ways to survive except getting the Ill Scepter. He's going for the Hex for at least some more catch potential and more stats, which will give him survivability. 30 seconds without the Papita Dragon Knight with the Halberd pickup, and here comes also the Serpent Wards. They are slowly but surely taking down the tower. There is a Repel Dragon Knight. There is not much you can really do. Leo's style is really low on the mana, only 200 mana on the Ursa. That's not enough. Probably he wants to region up a little bit. He got a BKB, he got an Aegis. They're trying to bully Wheels out, and they're managing to do that. They lost the Puck and Glyph, unfortunately. Probably they will try to get someone, and the Aegis just expires. Papita is searching for any kind of a kill. He's searching for a revenge. They found the Weaver. He got an Invis rune. It really needs to be a smart initiation attempt from a Papita. He didn't make a right guess, and now things are turning. There are no Serpent Wards, neither nor Dragon form on the Dragon Knight, obviously. Yet fighting is not that hard for them. The tower will go pretty fast. They will disappear pretty fast. Finally, one more tower for Elite Wolves, and game is looking a little bit more close right now. Only 2.5k net worth advantage. That's not a lot at all. Sand King is already popping up the Sandstorm in order his Blink Dagger and Boros Strike not be cancelled by a silence, though there is already a gem on the Night Stalker. Here comes the initiation. With a silence, he's instantly being healed, and Crystal Maiden is being bursted down. She tried to ulti. Here comes the Epicenter BKB, yet there is not enough damage. Ursa is being controlled pretty hard. Juggernaut is trying to kill at least anyone, though it seems like a bit of a throw, unfortunately. Shadow Shaman got no Blink Dagger. Puck is trying to get away. He juked. He tried to juke the deviation. He's ending up dying like this. I don't know what happened. I don't know why he kept on hitting the bug instead of flying away. He got a chance, and now it's going to be definitely a minus side for the Elite Wolves. Everything looked so great for a moment, and then it turned awful completely. There was just simply not enough damage. Juggernaut doesn't have enough damage, doesn't deal enough. Ursa is being controlled constantly. Crystal Maiden is dying too fast. She's dying in a couple of hits. She have to buy back on a Crystal Maiden. Tanking tried to instantly summon Papita. There is a new pack of creeps, they won't be taken down anytime soon. There's still a Serpent Ward, Dragon Knight with the Dragon form, Grim Coil. Though there is no follow-up, there is nothing. Hex on the Sand King, he also was silenced and voided. He can't catch up, he can't follow up. Oh, they are leaving the Shadow Shaman, but at least he's managing to take down the melee Rexes. As far as I understood, ranged Rexes on a really low amount of the HP, and next time they're going to die even to the creeps or 2 hits from a Dragon Knight. Feels like Elite Wolves are really lacking some kind of a damage right now. And they're having some serious issues. When they managed to burst down Omni Knight in a couple of hits, everything was great, but now he got a Blink Dagger and the Guardian Griff, so he does not need to stand in the middle of things anymore, and he can just chill in the woods, not stand on the front lanes, and jump in as just in time when it will be needed. Night Stalker is going for the Halberd, and it's even more headache for the Ursa, who won't be able to hit at all. There are already 2 Halberds, so both carriers of Elite Wolves are being locked down super easily right now, and there is not much they can do. And with the magical damage, it is simply not enough to kill Wheel. They got a lot of the region, they got a Guardian Griff, they got a Repel, they got Heal as a purification from the Omni Knight, and now he's going for the Pipe of Insight, and they will be insanely tanky as heck. So I don't know what's the plan of the Elite Wolves. They still need to burst down Omni Knight, or I actually don't see any kind of possible comeback for them, except they're killing Omni Knight as soon as possible. There is still Roche. Annihilate is going for the Roche. It doesn't feel like Elite Wolves will even contest for this. They need to focus on the high ground defense, yet how can you efficiently defend the high ground only with Puck, who is being jumped on and instantly busted down? As a Crystal Maiden, there is already an Nestaker with the Aghanims and the Gems, so tanking is not an issue anymore. Also, luckily for them, the bottom lane for the Wheels is being pushed out quite hard. They really don't want to lose their tower, so they're forcing Weaver to come back. He's extremely fast, so it's not an issue for him to come back. There is also a double damage, and probably they need to plan for something. They're hoping that they're going to finish the mid-Praxis. So we'll adjust backing off. Here comes the double damage. We got a Chrysalis already, and he's also going for the BKB for even more survivability, so he won't have to deal with the Puck Sables. Also, there is an Epicenter and the Boros Strike, and it's not really good when you are Weaver, you're playing against Ursa. You don't really want to get locked down. Even though he got a Linken's, it probably not just enough. Let's take a small look at the items. There is nothing new from the side of a Shadow Shaman. Probably he's saving up for something like a Blink Dagger, maybe. Or something like this. Watching a TP from a Night Stalker. Puck is being bursted immediately again. There is no way he's doing anything. Ursa is also being silenced. He got a BKB. He's popping BKB and TPing out. There's still a Juggernaut. TVH was fighting, and poor Sting was caught in unfortunate timing. 1 second cooldown on the Blink Dagger. He manages to blink away, though they keep on chasing. He's trying to dodge as many things as possible, though there is a gem. There is also an Orchid, and there is no way he's surviving this. He unfortunately doesn't have a Black King bar anymore, and Elite Wolves are being constantly separated from each other, and these fights are going insanely unfortunate. That's the death of the middle barracks for sure, and for one more side there is no mechanism to defend them right now. They're moving to the top Praxis. There is still no Puck for 10 seconds. Here comes the buyback. Maybe it's time to make some miracles. Though miracles ain't happening. Oh, the bash procs from the first hit, though it's not enough. The epicenter is not working out a lot at all. There is a pipe. There's so much damage from the side of the wheel. They get the items. There is no diffuser on the Ursa. He can't do anything against the Guardian Angel. He's trying to survive on the Shrine, but it's simply not enough. Here comes even more buybacks. They're hoping to defend the throne as a Crystal Maiden and the Ursa, but it's just impossible. And here comes the good game, well played from the Elite Wolves. I'm actually quite surprised. It seemed to me that Elite Wolves were a stronger team in the beginning and their pick was a little bit easier to execute, but